Storm Harry is battering Spain with relentless rain, violent winds, and heavy snowfall. Strong winds are slamming into Spain's northeastern coastline as towering waves crash against harbors and rocky shores. The sea, restless and violent, has turned dangerous under the force of Storm Harry. Along the Costa Brava, gusts howl through coastal towns, battering promenades and ports, while rain clouds thicken inland. What begins at the coast soon spreads deeper into Catalonia, where relentless rainfall, rising rivers, and flood alerts place entire communities on edge. Rain became the dominant threat. Persistent downpours spread across Girona province, affecting towns and districts such as Llançà, Calonge, Tossa de Mar, Palafrugell, Roses, and surrounding areas of Baix Empordà, La Selva, and Gironès. The rainfall was not brief or isolated. It fell steadily over hours, saturating the ground and overwhelming drainage systems already strained by earlier weather. Attention quickly turned to rivers. Water levels rose across multiple basins, increasing the risk of overflow. Rivers, including the Ter, Onyar, Darro, and Tordera, swelled as runoff from hills and urban areas poured into their channels. In low-lying zones near riverbanks, the threat of flooding became real and immediate. Authorities monitored gauges closely, warning that even small additional rainfall could push water levels beyond safe limits. Flooding caused widespread disruption. Several roads were temporarily cut off by water, making travel dangerous or impossible in certain areas. Local traffic was disrupted as emergency services responded to flooded underpasses, waterlogged streets, and areas where fast-moving runoff crossed roadways. In some towns, residents were advised to avoid ground floors and underground spaces as a precaution. The storm also affected daily life beyond transport. School activities and public services were suspended in parts of Girona province due to flood risk and unsafe conditions. Emergency alerts were sent to mobile phones, warning residents of rising rivers and urging caution. Firefighters and civil protection teams remained on standby, responding to incidents involving trapped vehicles, flooded properties, and hazardous debris carried by rushing water. Agricultural land was not spared. Fields in river valleys absorbed excess water, raising concerns about crop damage and soil erosion. In rural areas, access roads became muddy and unstable, complicating movement for farmers and emergency responders alike. The combination of wind and rain also led to fallen branches and localized power disruptions, adding to the strain on infrastructure. As Storm Harry continued, weather conditions varied by altitude. While rain dominated coastal and low-lying areas, heavy snowfall developed at higher elevations. In the Pyrenees, particularly at mountain passes and elevated zones, falling temperatures turned precipitation into snow. Snow also accumulated in higher parts of the Montseny Massif, where winter conditions intensified under the storm's influence. This snowfall added a new layer of risk. reducing visibility, making mountain roads treacherous, and complicating rescue or maintenance operations. The contrast was stark: flooding in valleys and towns below, snow piling up in the mountains above. Authorities warned travelers to avoid unnecessary journeys, especially toward high-altitude routes where snow and wind combine to create hazardous driving conditions. Storm Harry's impact is a reminder of how quickly weather can shift from coastal danger to inland flooding and mountain snowfall. While emergency services worked to manage the immediate risks, officials continued to stress vigilance, urging residents to follow updates, respect closures, and stay clear of rivers and exposed coastal zones. As the storm gradually moves on, the aftermath remains. Swollen rivers slowly receding, debris scattered across roads, soaked neighborhoods assessing damage, and snow-covered peaks standing silent above it all. Storm Harry may pass, but the tension it leaves behind lingers, etched into flooded streets, restless rivers, and the watchful eyes of communities waiting for calm to return.